Right, so our other part of step 2 for our hypothesis testing procedure is going to be to check our conditions to find our probabilities. So these conditions should look familiar. Our sample is random and independent. We have a large enough sample. We have a large enough population. Now the thing that I want to mention and point out here is that when we are doing these calculations, we are using our P-naught. So this P-naught is our P proportion value that we're looking at. And as we look at this first example, we're going to see two different numbers that are going to be proportions. One of them is going to be our P-naught or P sub 0, and the other one is going to be our P-hat. So I want to talk a little bit about those as we go through this next example. So, does ownership of an e-reader increase after the holidays? A publisher believes that in early December 2011, about 10% of Americans owned an e-reader. In January 2012, the Pew Research Center conducted a survey of 1,377 randomly selected adults and found that 19% of them owned an e-reader. Can the publisher conclude that e-reader ownership increased over the holidays? All right, so our P-naught that we want to use when we check our conditions is from our original claim about our population. So in that case, our P-naught is going to be this 10% that we see here. Right? Our P-hat is coming from our sample. So from our sample after that, right, we found that 19% of them owned an e-reader. So that is our P-hat value. And as we're going through and working through examples in section 8.2 and beyond section 8.2, it is going to be important to be able to separate the idea of this P-naught versus this P-hat. Are we coming from a population? Are we coming from a sample? Is this something that we're testing, or is this some sort of information that we're given? So check the conditions to show that the test statistic for the e-reader survey approximately follows a standard normal distribution. So we're going to go through and check our statistics, again, as we have in the past. So our sample is random and independent. Yes, we're going to assume that's true unless we are told otherwise. At least 10 successes and 10 failures. We're going to take our sample size times our P-naught. So our sample size is 1,377 times our P-naught was our 0.10. which gave us rounds approximately to, we'll give that a squiggly equal sign because it's approximate, 138, which is larger than 10. 1,377 times 1 minus 0.10 is going to be approximately 1,239, which is also large enough. Again, as we're looking at this, pay attention to the fact that we are using this P-naught value in these conditions. All right, our large population, all U.S. adults, is greater than or equal to 10 times 1,377, which gives us 13,770. Well, that's definitely true. There's more than 13,770 adults in the United States. So again, conditions are pretty much the same as we've seen before. A slight difference in our notation. Just make sure you are aware of that fact as we go through.